Hello, doctor. My name is Jincan. Today, I'm excited to share insights from my research on the impact of leadership style on teachers' job satisfaction in primary school in Nantong City. This is a critical area of study as it traditionally influences our educational outcomes and the well-being of our educators. Today, my presentation will be expanded by 4 parts: introduction, problem statement, research arm, research objectives, and methodology. Let's start with why this study is important. School leadership is critical not only to success, but also to foster an environment of valued and satisfied teachers. First, our study focuses on the primary education environment in Nantong City, located in the eastern part of Jiangsu province. Nantong is situated close to the Yangtze River and the Yellow Sea, and across the river from Shanghai. Such a geography advantages not only brings convenient land and water transport conditions, but also makes Nantong economic instability, taxpayer, and port business very developed. But today we are focused on another area, such as education. Nantong has a sound basic education system with a large number of public and private primary schools make the city quite rich in educational resources. The education promotes educational reforms and improves the quality of teaching and teachers' welfare, which provides abundant data and case studies for our study. Against this background, we choose to study the impact of leadership style on teachers' job satisfaction. Leadership style is an important part of educational administration, and different leadership styles may have different impacts on teachers' job satisfaction. Before we dive into how leadership style affects teachers' job satisfaction, let's take a look at the correct extent of this area of research. Currently, the relationship between leadership style and teacher job satisfaction has been extensively researched. However, although there is more research in this area, most of it has focused on higher educational or the Western education study relative to the primary school set in China, especially in the second-tier cities such as Nantong. There is less research. Therefore, our study aims to fill the gap in this area, especially in cities such as Nantong, by explaining how leadership styles affect teachers' job satisfaction in specific local critical contexts. We believe that in-depth research in this area can provide educational leaders with more effective strategies to improve teachers' work environment and enhance the overall quality of teaching and learning in schools. There are a number of conductory theories and perspectives in academic when exploring the impacts of leadership styles on teachers' job satisfaction. These contradictions are reflected not only in the impacts of leaderships, but also in the theories in different cultural contexts. These contradictory theories influence the styling, the effects of leadership styles on teachers' job satisfaction. Through this study, we hope to explore the specific of this series in the primary school setting in Nantong City, thereby providing deeper insights into the study and the practice of leadership styles. This will not only help us to understand which leadership stages are most effective, but also provide guidance on how to implement these stages in specific cultural and educational contexts. Let's go look at the problem statement. Leadership is the indispensable factor in any organization to achieve its goals. In the field of education, good leaders should be concerned not only with the performance of teachers but also with their job satisfaction. Research shows that teachers' job satisfaction has dictionary impact on the quality of education and the study's academic performance. However, many school leaders are unclear about how to enhance teachers' self-satisfaction. In conclusion, by dividing into the relationship between leadership style and teacher satisfaction, we are able to provide practical stages that can improve the educational environment. We now understand the correct state of affairs regarding to the impact of leadership style on teacher job satisfaction, as well as the access of research gaps and the importance of cultural difference. Next, we will board on these insights to explore our research objectives in details. Let's introduce the research arm. Teachers as educational impact. Their job satisfaction is closely related to the learning impact of students. By improving teaching job satisfaction can in dictionary the quality of education and the learning impacts of the students, thereby pursuing the development of education in the society. The accents researchers about teachers' job satisfaction in primary school mainly concentrated in big cities, and there are few researchers on Nantong, a second-tier city in China. At the same time, explore how the local culture affects the relationship between leadership styles and the teacher satisfaction. It will deepen the understanding the role of cultural difference in the emphasis of educational leadership and provide a basic and reference for future research in similar regions and conditions. In the earlier discussion, we have gained some understanding of the relationship between educational background and leadership style and teacher job satisfaction in Nantong City. Next, I will detail our specific objectives for this study. First, our first research objective is to explore how different relationships affect the job satisfaction of primary school teachers in Nantong City. As we know, leadership style dictionary affect teachers' daily work experience and their overall feelings about their jobs. We will evaluate the effectiveness of various leadership styles in enhancing teacher satisfaction and worker engagement in order to identify the most effective leadership stages. Next, our second objective is to expand the local cultural characteristics of Nantong, such as values, educational traditions, affect leadership behavior and teachers' responses to these behaviors. The second one is to collect teachers' views on leadership styles and their views on which leadership style would best improve their job satisfaction through interview. This will help us gain insights dictionary from teachers' perspective and make our research finding more related to real-world needs. Overall, through these research objectives, we hope to provide school leaders with satisfied data to support their choice of the most leadership style, thereby creating a more positive and supportive work environment on campus. This will not only enhance teachers' satisfaction, but will also improve students' learning outcomes. Now that we have identified the objectives of this study, I will now describe the research methodology we used to achieve these objectives. For this study, we chose qualitative research method. Qualitative research allows us to explore teachers' personality, experience, and feelings in depth in order to better understand the specific impact of leadership on job satisfaction. This approach is well situated to exploring how complex interpretation, dramatic and cultural contexts influence teachers' job satisfaction and responses. Next, let's discuss in detail the situation of the population and the sample. In our study, the population was all teachers in primary school in Nantong. This included teachers from different schools with different teaching ages, genders, and positions. This population was chosen because these teachers are affected by the leadership styles of their headmasters, and their feedback can provide insights for us to analyze the impact of leadership styles. The sample about 28 teachers who were divided into urban and rural groups of 14 each. Based on the radio of public and private primary schools in Nantong City, we selected 22 public school teachers and 6 private school teachers also, considering that there are more female teachers than female teachers than male teachers in primary schools. The gender ratio is about 10 males and 18 females. In terms of teaching age, we have 7 new teachers, 14 intermediate teachers, and 7 senior teachers. We will use polling will be used to select teachers who have varying experience with different leadership styles. This method ensures a comprehensive understanding of the impact of these styles across different series. With such a population and sample and sampling measure producer, our study was able to control the primary school teachers on teachers' job satisfaction with specific scientific accuracy. This not only increases the responsibility of the study, but also ensures that our feeling provides practical guidance and recommendations for future educational practice. The proposing sample advantages has 4 parts. For example, in-depth understanding, highly refinement, cost effectiveness, and cultural and diversity. But however, it has 2 disadvantages, such as limited responsibilities and researcher bias. In our study, we used interview to collect data as it flowed flexibility and depth, and enabled the researchers to explore teachers' personally experience and feelings. Interviews were conducted face-to-face or via video. Each interview will last 1 hour. After we have discussed the data collection measures in detail, the next very important aspect is the ethical consideration in our city. The first one, informed consent. Participants will receive informed consent, which includes the purpose of the research, the nature of participation, the right of the confidentiality. Number 2, the confidentiality. Participants' identities will be anonymized, or data will be stored and accessible only to the research team. Number 3, transparency. Participants will be made clear how their data is being used, how it is being analyzed, and how the findings are being dismissed. Have focused on the importance of ethical considerations and ensuring that our research meets ethical standards. We will turn to specific interview content. This content will provide us with key data that will provide insights into teachers' perspectives of their leadership styles, styles and how this style affects their job satisfaction. Next, I will detail the key questions we used in the interviews, which were designed to capture teachers' feelings and experience of their leadership style. Thank you. This is my reference.